One of the weirdest franchises I'm a fan of is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Ever since I was a kid, I've been captivated by the seemingly random combination of traits describing these four characters. Over the years, we've seen some great adaptations of them and, well, others not so great. One of my favorite takes on the Turtles is the new film Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. Even before this film came out, I knew I was going to make figures for it. Sometimes there are just projects that I'm so hyped for that I don't even need to see said project before I start designing my own takes on them. TMNT actually has been made by LEGO before, and I was really fond of the sets back when they came out. They also made sets for the Michael Bay film, and the figures are really cool. But these sets were made alongside the 2012 TMNT Nickelodeon animated cartoon, which I really enjoyed at the time, but I didn't stick around until its conclusion. The figures and sets that we got from the show are great. I'm particularly fond of that cool custom turtle shell part. This theme did not last forever though, and it's been quite some time since we've seen anything from LEGO when it comes to TMNT. That is until Fortnite randomly enough put LEGO versions of the TMNT characters into the game. All I can say is these are awesome. To have these in physical form would be a dream come true. I don't think LEGO has the rights to TMNT right now, but if they ever get them back, it would be so cool to see these recreated in actual sets. I think the odds of that happening are slim to none, but hey, never say never. LEGO has done some really weird things before. Anyways, back to my own history with LEGO and TMNT. The first time I ever attempted to make something LEGO and TMNT related was back with those old figures I had mentioned. All that I did was edit the face by erasing some printing and repainting the expressions. It's been a long time since then, but like I mentioned earlier, my interest in the Turtles franchise was reignited by the new Mutant Mayhem film. Something about the animation, the art style, the acting, okay, really just everything about this film really spoke to me. It's so fresh, it's so new, the performances are all unique. I really can't say enough good about this film. It's one of my favorite animated films in recent history. There was a sequel confirmed recently, which I'm very excited about. I'm hoping they take a more serious tone for the second one. Kind of got a sneak peek of that at the end of the first one with the tease of the Shredder. Spoilers, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, yes, I wanted to make these guys in LEGO, and that brings us to the first part of the process, the designing. I spent a ton of time designing these, but they didn't begin to start taking shape for quite a while. Here are some work in progress photos during the process when I was still figuring out what these were going to look like. Unfortunately, I don't have any video of this taking place because I made these well before I started streaming every day. Which, speaking of, I design new stuff every day on Twitch. Be sure to go follow and turn on the notifications so you never miss a stream. Okay, back to the actual video now. I really wanted to capture the goofiness and the silliness of the designs from the film, but I also wanted to simplify them in a way that would represent LEGO's charm. Something unique I did with these characters are the shells. When LEGO created their shells, it was just the back half of the shell. To avoid having to either paint on a torso or try to find someone to custom print a torso, I opted for a 3D front to the shell as well. I think this is such a unique aspect of these designs, and it's one that I really enjoy on the final figure. Another thing that I really enjoy about the official LEGO figures are the head sculpts. LEGO was able to reuse the exact same head sculpt for all four turtles, and I think that's pretty smart. But because the look and shape of each turtle from Mutant Mayhem is so diverse, I think it only makes sense to give them each a unique mold to reflect their more interesting aspects. Once I was done with all the designing, I 3D printed all the parts out, which began the paint process. I'm not going to lie, these took a lot of work to get painted. All of the faces that I ended up going for, I planned out beforehand by drawing each expression digitally. Each face I painted took several hours, but in the end, I think the results speak for themselves. I'm extremely proud of all the unique looks I was able to get for them. The shells were also a lot easier to paint than the heads, as they're much simpler in design, and I didn't have to do as much freehand painting like with the faces. The belts feature different details according to each turtle, and one of those details is the respective letter for each of their names. I opted to have these sections be 3D as opposed to flat, as I felt it would just make it a lot easier for me to paint it. Although if LEGO made these, this entire section would probably just be printed. Once I had painted all of the unique elements for each turtle, it was time to assemble these guys. There was just one problem. Because the characters in this film are so young both in their performance and their stature, they just don't look right with regular LEGO legs. LEGO has a short leg that they use for smaller characters like Hobbits or Yoda, but these didn't feel right either. A few years back they introduced a new leg part though, which is sort of a dream come true for me personally. I've always wanted an in-between size of legs for minifigs, and these elements are just perfect for that. The only problem is that LEGO doesn't make any of these legs in the colors I needed, except for lime green, which came on the Kermit the Frog figure. But I forgot about that and made a pair of lime green ones anyway. I guess I just have an extra pair lying around. If Kermit ever gets cut in half, then I guess it'll come in handy.
That is not the kind of thing that makes you feel happy. Anyway.
This process was made possible with the use of these tools that I created called the dual mold guides. I have a whole video dedicated to these tools, but I'm planning to do another one in the future as well. I won't get into it too much here, but just know that these tools help make a lot of really cool combinations possible. I cut and glued all the legs together, and with that, the turtles are now complete. I couldn't be more proud of the results for these guys, and I hope you appreciate them too. Now let's get into the showcase section of this video, where I'll show you some up close and personal footage of each turtle. But before that, if you have liked this video, please be sure to leave it a like. It really helps out the channel, and it also helps to show this video to more people who might like it too. And while you're at it, please be sure to subscribe to this channel. I, alongside some incredible editors, have been working very hard recently to make some incredible content for you all, so don't miss out on any future videos we put up. Alright, seriously though, here's the showcase. Enjoy. Alright, here is all 4 of the turtles completely done. I'm going to go over them as a whole and kind of show them off a little bit just right now, and then I'll go into each of them specifically afterwards. But yeah, as you can see, they all have sort of the same similar shell type of a thing going on, except for Leonardo has a strap, an extra strap there on the shoulder. All of these shells are basically the same other than that. They all have very different faces, as you can see. I will get into each of those specifically when I talk about each one, which I guess we'll just do that now. This doesn't have to be too long. It's pretty self-explanatory. I guess maybe I should mention before I do talk about all of the heads, I'll just talk about the legs, which I sort of went over just before this in talking about the guide tools. Now all of these legs are custom made, except for I actually replaced the lime green legs with those Kermit legs like I had mentioned. I just decided to go for the official ones, but this is a good comparison to show off the fact that they do end up looking pretty similar to the official legs in length and everything, other than there is a small cut there, but it's very unnoticeable, especially when you're creating something that doesn't exist. I think that that's worth the sacrifice. But yes, I created some in bright green, as you can see here, and some in olive, and some in regular green, and these are the lime green. I did make a second pair, but I just decided to go with the stock ones because it looked a little cleaner, and just for sake of comparison. But yes, all of these I am very, very happy with. The one thing that I might have wanted to change is to give Donatello a gray as opposed to black fanny pack, but this, I think it works well enough. All of these guys have a unique belt, including the one that looks empty. There's actually a little pocket on there. I don't know if you can pick that out, but there is like a little pocket detail here on Raphael. All of the other ones are completely unique, except, actually, yeah, they're all unique. I don't know why I said except. Let's go ahead and talk about these individually though now. We'll start with Michelangelo, which I think looks very, very good here. I am very proud of the expression on this one, as I think that it captures the look of the character quite well. He has a very watermelon shaped head, and they even make a joke in the film about that, so I think that I did a good job of showing that off here. His front of the shell is the most simple out of all of them. It's just this basic color and a little buckle here. He's got nothing else going on. He's kind of the template for the rest of them, to be honest. His shell is also very simple in the back, nothing too crazy going on. Maybe I can take this shell off and I'll just show you how it works. So this works very similar to the Lego tail pieces that they put on some of the minifigures that have like raccoon tails or something. It just slips over the legs here like that, and then you can just go ahead and put it on like that. And it's very non-invasive. It does increase the height just a tad on these, which maybe is a benefit, I guess, because they are using these medium legs. I actually did consider using short legs for Michelangelo because he's the shortest of the bunch in the film, but I think that this works well, and I think, yeah, it's good. I don't have anything much else to say. Let me actually talk about the color choices for all these. So as you can see, they are very different colors. I tried to choose colors that were all Lego colors, right? These are not a custom shade of green. These are all official Lego colors, and I tried to match the paint in order to go along with those colors. For Donatello, I chose olive green. For Michelangelo, standard green. For Raphael, bright green, which I didn't do the best job of matching that. You can see, I wish that I did a little bit better of a job, but maybe I can do a version 2 in the future. And then for Leonardo, I chose to do the lime green color. And I think that it represents them well enough. Maybe I could have chose different ones. I don't know. You can tell me what colors they should have been in the comments. That's probably going to be a repeat of the blue Bonnie situation from when I made all the FNAF figures. But I think that regardless of what color they are, as long as you kind of nail the look of the head and things, they kind of look fine. But yeah, let me know down below if I got the right color shades for them. I don't know. Maybe I should have gone lime green for Donatello and olive green for Leonardo, or swap some. I don't know. You let me know down in the comments if I did a good job or not. Let's talk about Raphael. I said that Michelangelo's shell was actually the simplest. I don't know though, because Michelangelo's shell has an extra color of silver here. Raphael does not have that extra silver color. So maybe Raphael's shell is actually more simple than Michelangelo. I think that they are cool how how they have little unique aspects to them all. Again, both of these are pretty simple in terms of like what's going on in their design. I guess Leonardo is not much different, but let's talk about their faces. I forgot to talk about the face and the expression. You guys saw earlier in the video that I drew these digitally. I tried to base them off of expressions that they have in the film. This is just a basic smile because, you know, Michelangelo is a very smiley guy. And for Raphael, he's a little bit more of like a troublemaker, I guess. And he's also featuring that prominent missing tooth, which I did want to include on the design of this. I thought that was like one of the more unique aspects to them. He also has the full head covering mask, which some people love, some people hate. I'm just kind of neutral on that design. I think like when it's here, it's great. When it's gone, it's great. I could take it or leave it either way. I think for this version of the character, it definitely works well. I like that I was able to capture it in this figure. But let me know in the comments, are you team Raphael Durag or not? I mean, I don't really care either way, but I think that this character benefits from that design choice here. Let's talk about another simple one. Here is Leonardo. The only difference being that he's got that prominent chest belt, which let's just compare. These guys have no chest belt, and there's the chest belt. So nothing too crazy other than that. The chest belt does continue onto the back of the shell there, which is nice. I like how the lime green really pops on this figure. It's very nice contrasting on that blue and this yellow. This is just a really satisfying tone and combination, I think. For his expression, I went with a stern but encouraged look, kind of that leader mentality that Leonardo is always portrayed with. And one other thing I should mention is the bandana tails on all these guys. They're very short, and in the film, yes, they are much longer, but I wanted to go in the same style as Lego's bandana tails that they did with their figures. So I also wanted to keep in mind, I didn't want these to break off, and I also wanted them to be able to turn their heads, and having them short allows all those things to take place and also sort of look like Legos styled with their old ones and stuff. So I guess another thing I should just talk about is the size of the shells. I really wanted to do these massive and big because in the film they kind of dwarf the whole entire back of the turtle design, which I love. It reminds me a lot of those old 80s action figures for the turtles, so I really wanted to incorporate that design here with these. I think I did a good job. I think that they're big enough while still staying appropriately scaled for a minifigure. But let me know, should I have made them bigger, smaller, or are they just right? But now we can move on to my favorite, not only of these figures, but also turtle in general. Here is Donatello, my favorite turtle. I've actually got one extra element going on for him as well that we'll talk about. But this character is my favorite. I love this character in the film. He's so funny. He's so great. Growing up, I used to really like Michelangelo, but I think as I get older, I realize I'm more of a Donatello. What's your favorite turtle? In the comments, let me know. I think that I actually captured his design better than all of the other three turtles. That's probably because I wanted to put the most work into him, seeing as he is my favorite. Let's just go ahead and talk about the extra element that I have. Here is these headphones. These headphone pieces kind of mimic that earmuff or headphone piece that Lego has themselves. It just slips over the neck so it doesn't connect or glue onto anything, and then you can just slip the head over top of that and it just kind of sticks in place with the head locking it there. His expression is my absolute favorite. That mouth, I think, really imitates the design of Donatello in the film, and I just love it. Something that's very different from the other turtles is I actually did 3D glasses and then I painted the eyes onto the glasses on the front like this. This is something that I decided on really early on in this process, and I'm so glad that I stuck with it because I just think it is such a unique thing to do. I don't know, I've heard some people say they don't like it, but personally, this is my favorite part of any of these turtle designs is these glasses right here. I just think it's really fun. I guess I didn't mention about the eyes specifically. You can see that I went with a unique pupil placement for these guys. I just thought that it was kind of a nice little nod to how they're drawn in the film. In the film, they have really scratchy pupils, but I wanted to go with Lego's little white dot within the black pupil thingy, you know? I think that it does a good enough job of kind of getting that style across, but also staying very Lego. I included the fanny pack that he wears throughout the film. I was considering putting a phone in here, but I figure, like, you know, he'd probably just hold the phone as an accessory if anything. I think that's basically it about Donatello. Nothing too crazy. These figures are not that crazy looking, but I mean, when you see them all together, they look so good, at least I think. Let me know in the comments that I do these figures justice, or are they kind of too weird for you? Again, I love these figures. They're some of my favorite designs that I've ever made, especially that Donatello. That's gonna basically do it for this showcase section of the video. Now, I mean, I don't have anything else really to say. I've kind of done all my plugs already in the video, you know, subscribe and follow and like and whatever. I don't have anything else to say other than Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you sticking around. I've been really trying with these new videos. Here's the rambling section. We'll just ramble for a little bit. I'm so grateful for you guys. This community is so awesome, and I've loved growing it and meeting all the new people and chat and everything. I haven't been streaming for the last few days, but that's because I had some car troubles. We got in an accident, but everyone in the community was very supportive, and I do thank you for that. But as for new videos and streams, I should be having a normal streaming schedule very soon again, so please be sure to check out the Twitch or just subscribe on YouTube. I don't care, whatever you want to do. I appreciate all of you who go over to the Twitch channel and follow. That's very kind of you. But that's about all I have to say. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please be sure to check out my other new videos, like on the channel, the recent ones. A lot of effort has gone into those. I'm going to continue to post new videos going forward, ones that are highly edited, like this video and the FNAF video, but also like regular showcases and tutorials. So speaking of that, what tutorial do you guys want next? I have an idea of what to do, but if you have a suggestion, I would rather go for that. I still do have these other turtle figures. I'll just do a quick tease here of them. I have so many of them, all sorts of different characters. Do you guys want to see a whole showcase on those? Let me know in the comments. I try to reply to every single comment on any video, so there's a good chance you can catch me by just leaving a comment. Okay, I will quit this rambling segment, and I will just end this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate the views and the help and the kindness and the comments and everything. I will see you guys in the next video, though it should be uploading very soon, but that's it for this video. Okay, goodbye.